So let's begin. Okay. Now we're going to start Unit 12. Okay, we're about to finish. It is 14 units only. Okay.
Oh,
Yes, we're about to finish. I think in by middle November, by the end of November, we'll be finishing all the content of the course book. Okay.
okay.
So we have animal kingdom, the kingdom of animals. And we have some animals with different functions or different environments and different kinds of animals. Okay. What's the name of these animals here? They are not lions, they are not tigers, they are not cheetahs, but
They are leopards, leopard,
leopards, leopards,
leopards,
leopards,
leopards.
yeah, leopards. In which
Yes.
environment are they?
In, uh, in the natural environment,
In their natural
in the
environment,
jungle,
in the jungle, because they are jungle, not prairie animals like a lion, okay, but they live in jungles like tigers. Some people misunderstand and think that lions live in the jungle and cheetahs live in the jungle because of misconception derived from movies and cartoons. But actually, lions live in the prairies, in the flatlands of Africa, as well as cheetahs. But leopards, they need not a jungle, but an area with lots of trees because they basically sleep and carry on their lives on tree branches. The only thing they do on the ground is have their babies. Okay.
and, uh,
And
and
reach.
they
Mhm.
eat in the branches too.
Yes, they kill an animal and they take the animal up to the tree to avoid other
Uh,
predators, and they keep the dead animal on the trees. So sometimes they eat a piece and they go, they hunt other prey, take them up, and they keep on eating. But most of their life are developed on tree branches. As I said, the only thing they do on the ground is having their babies and raise their babies until 3 months. At 3 months, they can be taken on the trees, 2 or 3 months. So they take their cubs on the trees and they teach them how to jump and climb up and down the trees. In this case, did do these animals represent a function to humans? Do they perform some kind of function or some kind of help to humans apart from being watched or being seen as exotic wild animals?
if they represent something.
Yes, they are just to be seen.
Yeah.
Okay, they do
Uh,
not do anything for people. They don't help people. They don't help in giving food to people. They have no function for people. They are just there to be seen
yeah.
as exotic animals. Okay. Then we go to letter B. Okay, we have here a dog. Why make this dog special?
Mm, I think because it's special because this is this kind of dog help blind people to walk to do activities. It's especially are trying to help.
Yes, they are trained to help blind people. Or we have a term that is visually impaired. Visually impaired people. Okay. For some people, the use of the term blind is offensive. For other people,
Oh,
they don't care. But we talk about
oh,
visually impaired people, not even visually discapacitated or visually invalid. But we use the term, the political term, visually impaired, because they not only guide completely blind people, but they also guide people who do not see perfectly. People with glaucoma, people with partial falling of the retina, caídas o rupturas parciales de la retina. So people who have that, they can see like pieces of the surrounding, but not the whole image. Okay, usually that kind of issue is because of diabetes or an accident. Some people have a car accident and they bump their face so strongly that the retina bleed, and some parts stop functioning because they're damaged. So they see the world around them like pieces of a puzzle, but they do not see the full panorama. That's why those people are referred as visually impaired, not completely
visually
blind.
impaired.
Impaired.
I didn't know
It's
that.
like
This, yeah.
discapacitados visuales.
Oh,
Some people also have high eye pressure, and the eye pressure, the liquid into the eye, it goes high pressure, and they push the corneas so that people get, I don't know how to say that in English, cataratas at an early
mm,
age. So in the meantime, they get either a transplant of cornea or intraocular lenses. They need a guide dog because they cannot see very well. They see like they have fog in their eyes. Before, those people incidentally got blind. Nowadays, with the advance in technology, they can get, if their corneas are completely destroyed, they can get a cornea transplant. And if they develop some kind of catarata because of the pressure, they can get an intraocular lens that resist the pressure. So we call those people visually impaired, or people with a high myopia at 20, 24 dioptries myopia. So they need to wear very thick glasses. And sometimes thick glasses are not the solution. So sometimes people who are extremely myopic, suffers from extreme myopia, they need a guide dog because they cannot see perfectly. Okay, so in this case, this animal helps people. They can be trained and helps people not only as a guide dog, but also as emotional companions. Have you heard about it? Dog
yeah,
pets for animal support. Some
yeah.
people who suffer from panic attacks, extreme anxiety, up to the level of suicide, they need something that gives them security, not to feel so anxious or not to feel so depressed as to commit suicide. Those people, usually psychologists and psychiatrists suggest them to have an a pet support or an animal support. So they get a pet, like for example, my cats, they get a cat, and that cat is their companion. So when they feel depressed, they look after the cat. If they feel anxious, having a cat in their arms or having a cat next to them make them feel less anxious. They are called pet support, emotional support pet. So for example, for those people who suffer from anxiety, extreme anxiety or extreme depression, and they have to travel, they get permission to get their pets not in the luggage compartment, but in the plane with them. No matter if it is a dog, the size of a dog, or a cat, or a hamster, or a cuy, because cuys can also be for emotional support. Hamsters, cats, dogs, no matter small dogs, big dogs, and they are permitted to travel with the passenger. It's a special condition. I know someone who has a dog. So the dog goes with him everywhere, to the movies, to malls. He always go to pet-friendly places. Those animals are also trained not to bark, to be always near the person, etc. So they are not. That's why sometimes having a cat as an emotional support is for people who don't need them 24 hours a day, but at times. I'm looking at my cat is sleeping. But they usually train dogs because they can be trained not to bark, to be all the time near the person, etc. So dogs have a function beside being guardians. Okay. Then we go to letter C, a horse. Okay. What can people use a horse for?
People use horses for
Nowadays,
for
because in the
practicing.
past, let's say horses were
Give
needed.
me a minute, miss. 1 minute.
Okay, don't worry.
Sorry, sorry, miss.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. For horses for sport, practicing sport. But nowadays they are also for therapy too, for echinotherapy. Echinotherapy.
Yes,
I think this is
no horse therapy. They do
a horse
not get
therapy.
mixed up. They say a horse therapy horse. They don't
Therapy
get to
horse.
echinoterapia. No. No,
Yes,
that is like the otorhinolaryngologist. No. The ear, nose, and throat doctor.
yeah.
Ophthalmologist, the eye doctor. Okay,
It's
they do not
simple.
get mixed up.
Simple word. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So nowadays horses are used for sports, horses are used for therapy, and in some rural areas, horses are still used as transportation.
Yeah.
Like it was used in ancient times. Horses are always being a way of moving long distances for people, either riding a horse or the horse pulling a chariot or a cart or some kind of transportation. And remember, there are some communities in the United States, like the Amish, okay, and
Yeah.
the Mennonites and some Quakers, and it's not, and actually the Quaker oaths come from those people, the
Quaker.
Quakers.
What
Yes, yes,
Quakers?
yes. Quakers. Quakers is a religious community that live in the United States. Let me get some information about
I didn't know.
Quakers. Okay, let me
Okay.
get some information about Quakers.
Similar to Noah's. To Noah's father, to Quaker.
Okay,
Quaker.
Quakers. Okay, give me a second. Let me share this with you. Okay. Quakers. Quakers are people who belong to the Religious Society of Friends, a historically Protestant Christian set of denominations. Members of this movement, the Friends, are generally united in a belief in each human's ability to experience the light within or answering that of God in everyone. Okay? So who are Quakers and why do they believe? Quakers seek to experience God directly within ourselves and in our relationship with others and the world around us. Quakerism is a way of life rather than a set of beliefs. It has roots in Christianity, and many Quakers find the life and teaching of Jesus inspirational, but they have no creed. Okay, what were Quakers known for? Quakers reject elaborated religious ceremony, didn't have official clergy, and believed in the spiritual equality for men and women. Quaker missionaries first arrived in America in the mid-1650s. Quakers who practiced pacifism play a key role in both the abolitionist and women's rights movement. Who are the Quakers and where are they from? The Society of Friends of Quakers emerged as a Protestant denomination in England in the 1650s. Quaker believed that each individual had inner light. They had services in which members of the congregation spoke and participated in periods of silence. Okay? So they say, do Quakers celebrate Christmas? Quakers may not make a big deal out of Christmas or Easter, but they don't act as if the holiday do not exist. And what are the five key Quaker beliefs? While there are no set beliefs in Quakerism, we often see a common group of goals called testimonies: simplicity, peace, integrity, community, equality, and stewardship. And they call it species.
Let me see
Simplicity.
the photo, please.
Yes,
Photo
it is interesting. So if I were in the USA and I have to choose a religion, I would be a Quaker.
Really?
Yes, it's if you see the kind of then remember they say that Quakerism is rather a way of living instead of a religion. It's like Buddhist. Buddhism is not a religion, it's a way of living. And you live according to 8 principles.
At the beginning, there is a photo, I think,
Yeah,
of their.
You see, this is a Quaker. That's why
This is
the
similar to
Quaker oath,
exactly.
the oaths
That,
are called Quaker. Look at the people, okay? They have a specific way of living, okay?
I thought it was
Sorry,
an
and a specific
invention,
way of
a
dressing.
publicity invention. I thought
Yeah, no, because the first people who
they're similar
trade,
to the.
yes, the first people who trade oats were Quakers. The first people who trade oats. So notice Quaker oats.
Yeah.
So look, they usually, and you say, okay, why they dress that way? That can be confused with you see Quaker roller oats. You might say, okay, but why Quakers dress like this way? Because remember, what the first principle of Quakers is simplicity. So even they wear common clothes like everybody else, they rather look for simple way of dress. Okay. So this says Quakers have a Christian heritage, seek to form individual religious belief. Each individual have their own belief. Do not all like belief. Hold that there is that of God in everyone. It means that we can all access the divine without needing an intermediary. So we don't need, Quakers don't need a priest, Quakers don't need a minister. They don't need someone to tell them they're doing good or bad, if they are sinners or not, because one of their beliefs is that God is inside of you. Okay? Notice, are guided by the values of peace, integrity, equality, community, and simplicity. Work in diverse ways toward making the world a better, fairer place. Quaker commonly partner with other groups working for the same purposes. Were started in England in the 1650 by George Fox, are in many parts of the world. There is a strong sense of international family. FWCC is the international body which links Quakers. Have a status at the United Nations to be work for peace and justice. Have used world method over the age to achieve some of the big positives in world history. Early Quakers upset the king, and many were gallowed in very harsh conditions. Gallowed, put in jail. Quaker is a nickname for the religious society of Friends. So Quakers are often called Friends. Different styles of Quakerism have developed. Evangelical Friends use the Bible as their central reference and believe in the importance of personal salvation. It's more common that evangelical style worship is led readings, prayers, and hymns. Evangelical Friends find much joy in sharing their words of songs. Evangelical Quakers are often speak as their Quaker church. Liberal Friends value the direct connection with the divine spirit and hold that if they take time to listen, their lives will be guided by the spirit. Liberal Friends gather mainly in expectant silence as their worship. Being together support the ability to listen and hear. Occasionally, a friend will stand and speak with a message that they feel led to share. The quiet supports a sense of peace and empowerment. Sometimes it brings challenge as well. Liberal Quakers are often referred to their Quaker meeting. Of course, both styles have a strong sense of fellowship and community and often engage in service projects together. There are styles of Quakerism which blend these styles. In this time, the style more likely depends on where the church or the meeting is situated in the world. Okay, so notice if I were to choose a belief, I would be a liberal friend, a liberal Quaker.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yes, if I were to select, they tell me, okay, Alejandra, you must select a belief or you must select belonging to a religion, I would be a Quaker. Okay, because I think that the principles, a liberal one, that you don't need anyone, any intermediate between you and the supreme being and the Lord, that you can say, okay, you decide according to the principles, you decide if what you are doing is good or not and how to correct that. I would be a liberal Quaker. Okay. Of course, they are notice work committee for consultation. Okay, this is the Asia West Pacific section, but notice that they are worldwide. They are present worldwide. Okay. So imagine. The Quakers have a distinctive way of dressing. Okay, let me get to all. Okay, most Quakers stopped dressing plainly in the late 18th, but his practice is still alive for some. Okay, so how do Quakers dress? you see the old picture of Quakers, and they have got broad-brimmed hats and bonnets and plain clothes. Plain clothes, only one color, only one model. Much the way that Amish dress today. Indeed, Quakers used to dress almost uniformly, although there was never a particular rule for how you dress the way there is for Amish society. But friends were to be plain. Okay, so you can dress. Do they dress differently? The goal was to avoid ostentation, whim of fashion, and superfluous ornament in order to reject the world's vanity. For example, trims other than piping and pleats were frowned upon. But unlike some other dressing sects, the Quakers wanted to avoid creating an uniform. So they can wear different clothes, as they say. Plain dress is practiced by conservative Quakers, in which part of the testimony of simplicity, okay, but not necessarily. What type of clothes do Quakers wear? Quaker women usually wear dress in brown or gray. They avoid lace of ribbon and shunted all but most simple jewelry. Men might wear distinctive low-brimmed hat, dark colored suit, and shirt with no collars. Okay, but actually, they can dress common clothes whenever they are simple. And they say, what made Quakers unpopular? Quakers in England were unpopular because of their pacifism. They refused to fight in wars. Okay? Like the Jehovah Witnesses, that they say that they don't fight in wars. Okay? So you have here any information why the Quakers wear wedding rings, the Quakers wear jewelry, yes. What the Quakers not believe in the existence of an intermediate person between you and God. Okay, what did Quakers do not allow? Okay, the Society of Friends became involved in political and social movement during the 18th centuries. In particular, they were the first religious movement to condemn slavery and would not allow their members to own slaves. Okay. And of course, we have Amish, we have Mennonites, okay? We have lots of different denominations in English, in, let's say, in British and American society. But basically, let's say that Quakers are kind of the most liberal ones, okay?
Mm-hmm.
In the meaning that they can wear any kind of clothes. Of course, there are strict ones that wear only plain clothes, but they say they don't like to uniform people. So let's say like a Quaker can dress anyway whenever it is simple. So maybe they won't wear something of flashy colors, neon colors, but they can dress maybe red or white or black or blue whenever it's not ostentatious. So in the USA, basically Amish and Mennonites and some Quakers move using horses instead of cars, but not all of them in the case of Quakers. Letter D, this is a cow. Does the cow have a function for people?
Yes.
But
Milking.
they give us
Yeah.
milk, and when they are dead, they give us meat, they give us their leather, their skin to make shoes, belts, bags. So as people say, you can take profit of all, as pigs, you can take profit of 100% of the pigs. Likewise, you can get 100% of a cow. You say, really? Yes, some people use the horns to make glasses, to
Yeah.
make jewelry. The head, the tail, and the legs are used to make soup. All the meat of the cow can be consumed. If the ones that are not usually consumed are the guts, las vísceras, and the brain because of the vacas locas. You never know if the bacteria is there. But let's say like 99% of a cow's body can be used by humans, believe it or not. Even their feces are used to make different things. In India, their feces are used to heat houses, to waterproof roofs, to make incense. Believe it or not, the incense from India is made from cow's dung. Está hecho de desechos de vaca. Las varitas de incienso están hechas de popó de vaca. Of course, they process it, they wash it not to have the smell. So they are processed and washed many times. So what they get is the processed fiber from the cow dung. The feces of a cow is called dung, D-U-N-G. Okay, that's the feces of a cow, and the cow dung is used in India for that, for waterproof walls and roofs, as a fertilizer, washed and processed to make the material for incense sticks, los palitos de incienso, la parte que no prende. If it is made in India, it is cow dung. And of course, with special oils for the aroma. But if you buy it from, I don't know any place else, but if you buy it from made in India, it is made with cow dung, the original one. Because you can find incense made in Pakistan or incense made in other countries. But the ones that come from India, if they are good quality, it's made of dung. And most people don't know it. So for them, what? My delicious incense is made from cow's shit? Yes, it is made from cow shit. Then we have these people, Bedouins or Berbers, that live in the dry lands of Africa, and they have camels. What do they use camels for?
Camels for transportation, especially.
For transportation, because no car, no truck, no horse. Well, horse maybe, but no, it is machines cannot ride on the sand because they sink in the sand. But camels, I like say, specially designed for walking on the sand without sinking. Okay, their foot have some special structure in the bottom that let them walk on the sand first, not burning their foot in on the hot sand, but also to spread the weight in a way that they do not sink into the sand, no matter how loose the sand is. Okay, so camels are used for transportation in those areas, for carrying stuff, like here you see the camels carrying loads. And also, believe it or not, for running, for participating in ridings, and for their milk. Okay, the camel milk is richer than the cow milk, vitamins and especially fat. So if people don't find, these nomadic people usually carry a lactating mother in their caravans. So in case they don't find water, they can get the milk from the breeding camel, from the breeding mother camel, and drink that milk because it's rich in fat, so they can behold water in the human body. Interesting. Okay. And finally, we have letter F, a hamster. Do hamsters have any function for humans?
For
What do people use with hamsters? No guinea pigs, because guinea pigs are different from hamsters.
The hamster is for are used as pet.
As pets, okay? As an easy maintenance pet for kids. The only problem with hamster is that they do not live long. Okay? That's the only problem having a hamster as a pet for children, that they do not live very long. They live like in between 8 months and 2 years, but no more. Their lifespan, do you know the word?
What?
Lifespan? Have you ever heard that?
It means no. It means
The time they live,
lifespan.
lifespan. For example, a cat, a very well cared house cat can have a lifespan, a long lifespan. They can live up to 20 years. Okay, if it is a well cared cat, un gato bien cuidado. My cat in Venezuela is 14. Cats usually live 16 years, but I think Hoshi can live up to 20 because she's a well-cared cat. She eats special food for old cats. She always drinks water. She's an indoor cat. She never goes out, but she plays inside. She has no stress. She exercises. So I think Hoshi can be elder than 16. And I hope so, because when Hoshi dies, it's going to be a shock for all my family. Yes, that's
Yeah.
been the family pet. We got her when she was like 6 months, and she was rejected by 2 previous adoptants. One, because they found out one of the kids was allergic to cats, so they returned the cat to the family because it was not adopted by an organization, but it was a family who had cats, and one of the cats breed, and when they breed, they gifted the cats. They are Angora cats. They are very hairy, very beautiful. And so they returned the cat. Then they gave the cat in adoption to a boy who wanted to give it as a gift for the girlfriend. And after 2 weeks after she gifted the cat, they broke up. And the girl returned the cat to the boy, and the boy returned the cat to the adoptant because he had dogs, 2 dogs, and they were not used to a cat. So we were the 3rd family the cat was given, and we kept her. Her name is Hoshi Suriken, Hoshikun Suriken in Japanese. Hoshi means star. Kun is a signal of love for pets and young children, and Suriken is the name of the first ninja. Adori Suriken, the one who invented the stars, the shurikens, the metal stars that ninja uses. But Hidori Suriken was one of the first ninjas. So it's like a star that is small and loved and pretty and kind, but also can hurt people very badly because of the shuriken. My cats here have common names like Mishu from meow, and because a cat's name must have an E sound. So cats can understand they are talking to them. So cats must have an E in their names. That's why the other cat, whose name is Kata, I call her Katita. So if you say Kata, they might not pay attention to you. But if you say Katita, they pay attention because of the sound of E. But cats must have an E. That's why some cats are called Michu Michu, Meow Meow, etc. Okay? So sad thing with hamster as pet, their lifespan is very short. Okay? So are animals important in your life?
No.
Not really. You don't have
Mm.
pets.
My sister has 2 cats.
And what
Not
about
because
dogs?
not because she wanted. My nephew likes animal at all, but he found a cat in the street,
Mhm.
very thin, without food, and she only left some food in outside the door.
Mhm.
And after some day, the cat returned, and they adopted.
They adopted the cats.
Yeah, because it was a very thin cat, and the dogs wanted to kill the
Yes,
little cat.
that's sad. Because some
After that,
people have cats and do not spay them. It's really sad. They do not spay them, so
yeah,
cats are breeding every 3 months. And
now
they don't know what to do with the cats and throw them away. That's
the 2
sad.
cats live with my nephew, and
Oh,
she's very a fat cat,
yeah.
and
My
it's also
cats,
huge. It's not a normal cat. Now it's
they're
huge.
also
It's very
large. They are large
large and
cats.
fat.
Oh my God. Mishu has been with me for I don't know how long. Mishu has been with me for 3 years. Okay, because it was a Christmas gift after I decided to stay. So the first year I stay, I'm going to be 4 years. Mishu was gifted by my son-in-law because they used to have a cat and the cat got cancer and died when she was 2 years old. And I missed my cat. So he gifted me Mishu. She's fat and she's kind of a kind of nasty cat. The only person who can hold her is me, and if she wants to be held, she doesn't like people to pet her. She's kind of antipathic. Okay.
Yes, cats are independent.
Yes, but she's nice with me, only with me. And Kata, we found Kata at La Carolina Park. There is a guy who always sells clothes for dogs and cats, beds for pets, collars, harnesses. And one day we were there with my granddaughter. My granddaughter loves Mishu. She loves Mishu, but Mishu is too big and too heavy for her to carry. And the guy had a box with 2 cats, 2 yellow cats. When we saw them, my granddaughter, I told my sister, hey, look, kittens. And of course, my granddaughter returned and she crouched in front of the box where the 2 cats were. And one of the kitties looked at her and touched her nose with the paw. We had to take the cat home.
Hmm.
Otherwise, my granddaughter would be still crying. So as soon as we caught the cat, we adopted her at the Carolina from that guy. And before we get home, we get to the veterinary to check her. She got the this. Uh, she got she she got an injection to get rid of worms. In English, parasitos in general is called worms, gusanos. And the doctor said that she was well cared, that she was like 2 months, not 4 months, as the guy told us, 2 months, and that she was okay, a little bit underweight, but she was okay. The eyes were healthy. It was a healthy cat. The only thing, a little bit underweight. No fleas, no ticks, pulgas, ni garrapatas, no scars, no bruises. So the cat was in perfect condition, only a little bit underweight. So, and as soon as we got it, we couldn't get her a bath because she was too little. So what we did was wearing her, give her a t-shirt, make her a t-shirt for my granddaughter until we could give her a bath. Now,
Many time ago, my mother used to have a cat, a very beautiful cat. It's a Angora.
Yes,
The
Angora. Persian
Angora.
cat.
It was very beautiful, but he was very independent. He only returned here to eat, but stayed many days. My mom in those times there were not the special food for cat. My mom cooked for the cat. Yes, because we are no. I don't remember if there was the food, the special food for cat in those times. But my mom cooked. After one day, one neighbor, I think the, the cat got into their yard, and they tied the cat so the cat couldn't come back to our home.
Oh.
And my mom went to to ask for her cat, and the neighbor says that it's another cat, it's not yours. But they had the cat tied to the sofa.
Oh my God. They
My
kidnapped the cat
Yeah, and they didn't want to give it back
because it
because
was
it was
beautiful
beautiful. The cat was
and well
beautiful.
cared. I mean, your
Yeah,
mom took care. And
yeah.
at
See,
the end, did they keep the cat?
and after we heard that the cat escaped from another place because we're very independent cat. The cat escaped, and nobody knows where the cat was. And so my mom said, "I don't want cat anymore."
He ran away,
Yeah.
not to be cuffed again. No,
Okay, exactly.
my
After
cats
that,
are
he disappeared.
my cats are indoor cats. The three of them, the one in Venezuela and the two here, they are indoor. They never are left out.
Yeah.
Kata escaped once, okay, twice. She escaped twice. And I remember the first and the second time she escaped home through a window, through an open window, or jumping in the backyard. I remember I used the ancient Japanese legend, the ancient Japanese myth. So I saw a cat and say, "Hey, listen, cat, I'm looking for a cat. I'm a yellow cat. Can you tell her, please, to come back home because we love her?" And both times it has worked. The first time I told the cat, and the cat stared at me, and then he stared up. And when I turned around, I saw Kata behind me sitting on a wall. Like, "Hey, stupid human, your cat is there." And the second time, Kata also spent the whole night outside. She left through an open window, the living room window. And of course, I went out calling her, "Kata, Kata, Kata." I asked the neighbors about her. Nobody knew. I couldn't find Kata, so I found two or three cats on my way. The condominium cat, because we have a community cat that is also yellow. His name is Solitario, because it's like Solovino. He appeared at the residential compound by itself. So his name is Solitario. The janitor, el conserje, he takes care, is his cat, but he eats in all houses. He is pet by all the kids. So it's a very nice cat. But some neighbors have outdoor cats. So I found some outdoor cats and said the same. "Hey, listen, I'm looking for Kata, my little cat. Please tell her to come back home because we love her, we miss her." And I did it with the 4 cats I found on my way. It was early morning, like at 6:30 in the morning. And then at noontime, when I finished this class, I went out again to see if I could see Kata. And one of the cats was sitting in front of my house. And I began walking, and the cat was behind me. I'll say, "What happens, cat?" So the cat turned, and I started following the cat. And he guided me to the place where Kata was. She was trapped
Well,
in a, you know, that people put some boxes to protect the water counter, esas cosas de metal que la gente pone, que son como unas rejitas, como unas cajitas de rejas para proteger el medidor de agua y la tubería. So
Yeah,
Kata was like 4 houses up to my house in one of the last houses, and she was curled inside one of those areas, crying because she was alone, she was hungry, she was thirsty, and besides, apparently other cats fight her because she smelled that cat pee. Parece que los gatos la persiguieron y le mearon encima. So I took and I say, thank you, cat. And then the cat left. Like cats tell me, hey, stupid human, follow me. I know where your cat is. Take her home. She's a stupid cat.
It's incredible, but
Yes, and she's spied. Ella está esterilizada. And supposedly spied cats behave quietly than non-spied. But Kata is crazy. And her name is Kata because at the moment we adopted her, my granddaughter was 2 years. So when they say, okay, Joanna, what's the name of the cat? She says Kata. Cat A. That's why her name is Kata. But I call her Katita. Katita, Katita, and she comes. And of course, as good cats, if I go downstairs, they go downstairs with me. If I go upstairs, they come upstairs with me. If I go to the bathroom, they go behind me and sit in front of me. Or if I close the door, they scratch the door. When I take a shower, they get with me in the bathroom, and Kata loves water. So sometimes she gets into the shower, so I have to take her out. Kata, es una ducha, tú no te vas a bañar, and take her out. We bath our cats like once every 3 months. They get a bath to take out the fur, the dead fur, la piel, el pelaje muerto. But they are nice cats. They sleep most of the day and they play at night and they fight and they care each other. And I'm happy to have the cats.
Oh, yes, I know.
I love cats. Okay. So wish you have a nice afternoon and a safe living from school at night. Okay. Take care, Guillermo. See you tomorrow.
See you.
Bye-bye.